Whoa, did they just discover a UFO under the mesa at Skinwalker Ranch? This is amazing. Get in here. This is Cosmic Road, where I discuss UFOs and the paranormal. If you haven't already, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it to be notified of future videos. Also, please smash that like button, and as I'm going through it, please comment below and let me know what you think about all this craziness. Alright, let's dive into episode 8 of season 3 of The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. To start with, Tom comes back from the hospital. He got stricken last time, and he reveals that he heard this weird staticky noise when he was listening to the signal, that weird signal that they got last time. What he heard, and this wasn't what everybody else heard, was this weird staticky thing. And that's when he lost all strength and went to one knee, and he had irregular heart beat and had to be rushed to the hospital. So, very weird. Why did it strike him and not other people? And why does that seem to happen over and over again at Homestead 2? Meanwhile, it looks like the drill, they're continuing to try to drill horizontally into the mesa to find out what is going on there. But it is hitting some object there, and they keep on getting flakes, metal flakes from whatever it is. It's hitting some obstruction, some metallic obstruction, and chipping off some flakes. The guy operating the drill, and this is really interesting, he says the object they're hitting appears to be some sort of dome shaped thing. What does that sound like, right? Sounds like a UFO. A big one. Thomas Winterton says they should analyze the sludge that's coming out as they're drilling, and they do, and there's more metal flakes, so they send these flakes off to be analyzed. But that's about it for the drill guy. They keep on hitting this obstruction, this dome under the rock. That's actually the name of the episode. They keep on hitting this dome under the mesa, and that's all he can do. He can't go anymore. He's drilled 400 feet in, and that's it. So he packs it up and goes home. They debrief Travis, who's still remote at this time, and tell him, what's going on. And, he's just amazed. There appears to be some sort of 400-foot long dome, a metal dome under the mesa. What the hell? So, he's very intrigued, and they all agree that this is by far the most interesting thing going on at the ranch at the moment, and that they should focus their attention there. The next day, Travis returns, and they send a robot into the drill hole. They're trying to send a camera on this little robot into the hole so they can see what the hell they're encountering down there. It's a great idea. I wish it had worked. Unfortunately, it only gets like 2 feet in, and it's hitting something, and it can't go any further. It appears that the hole is beginning to collapse and shrink in, and it's not allowing the robot to proceed, which they say is really weird. They wouldn't have expected the hole to close in so suddenly. It's almost as if the ranch is protecting itself, or its secrets, rather. So they get the robot, and they take it up to that cave up on the hill where all the rocks are tumbled down, where they found that cave that they wanted to explore last time, or a couple of episodes ago. So they send the robot in there to see how deep in the cave it can go. Can it lead them to some sort of underground base, or, what's going on? So, because there's speculation that maybe Bob Bigelow collapsed this area to hide something. So, who knows? Personally, I don't quite buy that, but you never know. So yeah, they send the robot in there, and it immediately comes to the opening, it comes to a blockage in the passage, where there is a big, suspiciously round boulder blocking the passage, as if, the perfect shape to block this passage is just right there. They say, what are the odds? Travis actually says it's crazy and suspicious. Later, they get the results back on the flakes of metal. And this is really interesting because on one side of the flakes, they find a weird rare metal, and on the other, they find another weird rare metal. I think these are trace amounts of these extremely rare elements that appear to be semiconductor elements or supercomputer elements. And very rare. They're among, I think one of them is the second rarest element in the world, and the other is not far away from that. They're both extremely rare elements used in semiconductors and supercomputers and stuff like that. Travis says he's actually researched papers or read papers that there is some speculative science saying that stacking these and making layers of these things can create the ability to bend space and time. And that reminds me of the bismuth piece, Elizabeth Moulton Howe's bismuth piece, the famous piece that she sold or gave, gave to TTSA, and that they then teamed up with the Army to study, and we have not heard anything from those results. So, come on, TTSA. You were supposed to be the good guys shedding light on this stuff and bringing this stuff into the light out of the black projects. Anyway, it's just frustrating. Hopefully we'll get some, follow up on that with TTSA. I'm very curious to know what results they're getting. But at any rate, the bismuth piece are these very thinly stacked layers of metals. Very weird, very, very, very thin layers of this stuff that it is theorized create these really unique properties and abilities, such as bending space and time. Could this be something like that? Who knows? They go to the University of Utah, Travis and Eric, and meet with an expert there. He says the flakes are probably manufactured. They're not natural, which, of course. And he says that when these metals and these elements are fused together, they create a glass-like or ceramic substance. And it could be that is the object they're hitting. Maybe they're hitting this big ceramic-like thing, this dome. It could be some sort of ceramic or glass-like object. And they're hitting it and scraping these little flakes off. Apparently, NASA uses some of these elements, as do fighter jets. And Travis has said previously that if you broke fighter jets down and just fused them together, you would get elements like this. So, do they, try to bury some black budget craft there and, fuse them all together to hide them? Could that be something that's going on? I don't know, man. This is crazy. It's really weird. But at least I feel like they're finally making some progress. But I'm, so that's about it as far as that goes. There's some other stuff that happens later that I'll get into, but I just want to say, are they going to have the courage to just say, fuck it, and just dig up the mesa? Are they just going to rip open the mesa and get down there to this object? Because obviously, if they're going to find out what's going on, now they know where an object is, an anomalous object that may be able to bend space and time. Are they going to drill down and get to that object? Because that would be amazing. That would be amazing, guys. Let's make it happen. Let's do this. Let's rip open that mesa. I know it's not going to be as pretty afterward. It's going to take some money. The ranch may react to it, and so they have to be cautious. I know that. But, how else are we going to get to the bottom of it if they just don't rip it open and go to that object? Because it sounds like that is of critical importance. Anyway, so meanwhile, the land is starting to shift. There's a collapse, like a sinkhole over in the triangle area. And around that same time, Travis and Thomas and I think Dragon are up on the mesa, and they're investigating the other caves and other fissures that they've been able to find. And as Travis is coming down from the mesa, the ground rumbles like a little earthquake. So I guess because of all the drilling they're doing and the water they pumped into it, the ground is shifting and settling. At least that's what it appears. It could also be the ranch doing something. It could be whatever the phenomenon is, it's reacting to their investigations. Maybe it's hiding something. Maybe that object is moving further down away from them so that they can't get to it anymore. Who knows? But it is very interesting to note at the very end of the episode, the cliffhanger ending of the episode, right when the ground is shifting, Travis looks up and sees a UFO. So that's about it for the episode. Next time, Travis is going to send a really big rocket up, and they've actually shown it, and it's a big rocket, and there's lasers. It's going to be fun, and it looks like from the teaser they gave of next week's episode, they actually show a UFO, or what appears to be a UFO, going into a portal, which is awesome. And if that's true, that is like the third time I've seen recently that modern researchers have been able to capture portals or portal-like whatever they are. Is that an object anomaly phenomenon? One was on Skinwalker Ranch. I've actually talked about that in a previous episode. And another was in the movie A Terror in the Sky, where there is a opening in the clouds. The clouds just part, and there's a hole in the clouds, and there's like some UFOs there. So, I mean, if that's not a wormhole or a portal, I don't know what else to call that. It could be some UFOs, traveling and just coming out of their hyperdrive and materializing there, I guess. But it's portal-like anyway. So it's really fascinating. I can't wait to see next week's episode. This week was, really good. There's some interesting stuff that happens. But I really want them just to rip open that mesa and see what the hell that object is. Yeah, so what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Obviously, hit the like button. That would be awesome. Smash that like button and the subscribe button, of course. And if you do hit the subscribe button, please hit the bell next to it to be notified of future episodes. Until next time, Cosmic Road out.